Hey, welcome to Cody in the Cinema. I wanted to share with you all this big stack of DVDs I just got. Some really good titles in here. I got this pack of Bogey and Bacall movies. I've seen some of this, but it had The Big Sleep, To Have and Have Not, Key Largo, and Dark Passage for $5 used. And the discs themselves are in pretty good shape. And I've seen The Big Sleep, like that one. To Have and Have Not, never seen that, but I've been wanting to forever. Key Largo, I've seen parts of. I want to see again before I go back by the beach. And Dark Passage, which I do believe I've seen years ago. That was cool, you know, four Humphrey Bogart classics for $5. They gave it to me at this little books and media store that I go to. I got a copy of Juan, and I believe, isn't this like the original Grudge? An eerie tale of a family brutally killed in their home, leaving an evil spirit lurking in the shadows. So, was excited for that. I got a copy of Carlito's Way, which I've been wanting to see for a while. This is a Brian De Palma movie with Al Pacino. I've never seen Carlito's Way. Can you believe that? As much as I like Brian De Palma, been wanting to see Eraser for a long time with Arnold. I know this has some mixed reactions, but apparently he's a U.S. Marshal who erases the lives and identities of people entering the witness protection program. If you have any strong thoughts about Eraser, let me know. I'm a huge Arnold fan. Now, Lars von Trier, I did a video recently on him, and I tried watching this movie years and years ago before I knew anything about movies and couldn't get into it. But I think it was because I just was quite frankly not ready for this kind of a film. But this has Nicole Kidman. This is called Dogville. I got this for cheap, which I like. I did like The House That Jack Built, the first I saw of his. It's the first film of his I'd ever seen all the way through. But I got a copy of Dogville. Really cool to see that. It looks like it won a lot of awards. Cannes, Telluride Festival, Toronto selection. So I'm glad to have a copy of Dogville. My wife and I were literally, we were just discussing Ghost because a song from Ghost was on my playlist apparently. And this has Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. I've never seen Ghost, but I've been wanting to for a long time, and they actually had a copy of it. I need a new DVD case, so the case was in rough shape. The case there's kind of cracked, but the DVD's in a good spot. So, like I said, sometimes, like if I know that this is a movie I might rent and only watch once, $2 or $3, isn't bad. I've been looking for just a generic copy of Lethal Weapon forever because. Not as much because of Lethal Weapon, but because of Lethal Weapon 2 with Joe Pesci, which I also had a copy of here. But they're good. They're good movies, right? I just haven't. I think we put on Lethal Weapon 1 one night years ago, but like something came up and we couldn't finish it. Yeah, this one has Joe Pesci, so I'm really excited to watch Lethal Weapon 2 as well. I don't have a copy of The Sixth Sense, and I haven't seen this since I was very young. So they had this there, the Haley Joel Osment classic. He's in Forrest Gump. What? It says he's in Forrest Gump. I don't remember that. Anyway. I've seen part of this movie too. Ginger Snaps. Okay, this is a werewolf movie. And it's kind of cool when I saw of it. Ginger and Bridget, two sisters trapped in suburbia, are obsessed with mayhem, torture, and death until they get a taste of the real thing when someone's bitten by a wild animal. So I know a lot of people have like the really cool collector's edition of this, but I've never seen this all the way through, so I'm excited to watch Ginger Snaps. And I did my John Carpenter list recently, and I didn't have a copy of Big Trouble in Little China, and I found a DVD of it. That was kind of cool. I know these are kind of, I've not had an easy time getting a hold of this movie, so I'll be okay with the DVD of it. Kurt Russell. I did put this, I think I put this around 7 or 8 or so. You should check out my John Carpenter list if you haven't, because I love John Carpenter, but just an iconic artwork there, right? With Kurt Russell. If you've never seen this, he does a really good John Wayne impression. He never says that's what he's doing. My whole stack just fell over. He never says that's what he's doing, but that's what he's doing. And finally, we were looking for a copy of Hocus Pocus, and this was a cheap copy. Barnes & Noble wanted like $15 for a new DVD of this. This same DVD, by the way, they wanted $15 for that. That was crazy. So altogether, for this whole stack of DVDs, it was around $35. So not too bad. I mean, they're used and stuff, but I'm not paying shipping or anything. So you'll have to let me know how you think I did on this stack. I was really happy with it. You know, I like I said, I think just getting sometimes a DVD, if it's something that you don't feel like you have to have the best, most iconic, cleanest print of, is okay. But those are my thoughts. Tell me any thoughts on the films that you saw there below. Click like for me if you would, to help grow the channel, and subscribe to Kobe. I'm not Kobe. I'm Cody in this cinema.